pop quiz. Tell me where we first kiss. Tell me where your job is. Tell me if you like, yeah, loves, yeah. What could it be that the stranger is me? Have I changed so drastically? Is there I want more for me, and you remain the same in my house? So go out to figure out. There's no way you could be who you say you are. You gotta be someone else, 'cause he wouldn't touch me like that. Come on, girl. And he wouldn't treat me like you do. He wouldn't ignore me. Okay? He wouldn't do none of that stuff. Okay? He would adore me. So I'm convinced it's a stranger in my house. I'm checking your clothes. Okay? I see you wear the same size shoes. You sleep in his spot. You drive in his car. But I don't know just who you are. It's a stranger in my house, bitch. I don't know what the hell been going on. I just been out here trying to get me a piece of love in America. That's all I've been trying to do. I've been trying to get somebody to love on me. Okay. I've been trying to do right by the church. Because the church, they want you to be married and everything like that. And I was tired of being lonely. And I was just tired. I was tired of being lonely because it's been a lonely world out here, and it's about to get even lonelier because a pandemic is coming. And if you think I'm about to be laying in my bed even more lonely than what I have been in the previous years, you have me effed up. So yeah, I met this man online, girl. I did. I found this man online, and he seemed cool enough. He was a piece of attractive. And when you ain't got nobody in your bed, then you'll take any piece of attraction you could get. So I told him he could go ahead and come on in. I let that man move into my house and everything, bitch. Yes, I did, girl. I was like, I am determined to not be alone in 2020. I say, what? I didn't have 2020 vision. Girl, listen, we in hindsight at this point, okay? It's giving hindsight. Let's understand that. Don't come for me. Do not come for me. I'm just trying to, let y'all know about my piece of a testimony and where I was at mentally. Okay, I'm just saying. So I know I overlooked a whole lot. I understand that, girl. But one thing about it, I'm gonna tell my piece of truth, even if it do embarrass me. Okay, so girl, and it's paying off right now as I am telling my truth. So period. Scooters, get up off me, girl. Okay, so that's what's been going on, honey. Cause this is messy. Okay. This is a whole lot of messy. So y'all had me come down to the damn TikTok, putting the damn 50 parts, okay, the 50 part story time. All right. Now somebody had been sent it to me. Oh wow, like when it first dropped, they been sent it to me, and I didn't really make a move on it or do anything. I think she may have had maybe a few parts out. Next thing you know, no, I don't even know if it was a few parts. I saw the stitch, and I think I saw maybe no, it was a few parts. It was like the first or second video. But I didn't know, maybe it was 2 videos. I didn't know it was a whole fucking playlist. So by the time it got to me, it was like, oh wait, this done did a whole playlist. How long is this? 50 parts? Oh wow. So I wasn't really finna, watch it, get into it. But one thing about it, the people is gonna at me on Twitter. Okay, they're just gonna continue to at me. They're gonna hop in my DMs, and that's just what they're gonna do. So I was like, okay, girl, let me just, I had some downtime last night, and I was like, let me just go ahead and see what this girl is talking about. So that's what I did. And shout out to TikTok for the speeding up, because ma'am, I appreciate all the details. Don't get it twisted. I know a lot of people feel like, oh, she's long-winded. She talked for a long time, all of that. girl, just get to the point for us. And I'm like, girl, no, I appreciate all of the details. Give me all of it because I'm nosy like that. Okay. I'm just gonna fast forward you. Okay, so that's what I did. And girl, she gave us too much information. And I feel like at some point I just stopped typing and I just sat back and I was just like, girl, now what? And I just really was listening to it. But we'll talk about some things that I did, make a note of some stuff. Y'all, I'm not even gonna lie, it was at one point when I was listening to her, and I really feel like this is like somewhat of a sad story in a sense. But when I tell y'all I hollered laughing at her ass, I think I was in tears laughing at how he it's not even funny like that, girl. Don't even laugh. It ain't funny like that. Girl, I had this lady driving all around. Bitch, she should have paid for mileage the way he had this girl going to different damn houses around the city, acting like he really had the money to put down on it. Bitch, girl, listen, I was hollering. I think it could have been the part where he wanted to put in a cash offer, but the person was like, yeah, that's great. We'll accept the offer as soon as you show us that you could pay. And he was like, no, you need to accept the offer before I give you this money. And that shit had me hollering. But anywho, we're gonna start at from what I can recall from the top, okay? And just get into some of the details. Make sure you guys are coming in and you are liking up the video. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, and keep in mind, I mean, it might be another video that I may do because I don't know how much we're gonna get through with this one because now the story has spread so rapidly from her doing the stitch, talking about a situation with her ex, people wanting to know more details. She goes in full detail. Now, other people associated and affiliated with him have been coming out, especially after his identity has been exposed to the public. So a lot of people, like, I just feel like it's just gaining more fire. Okay, more fire is getting added. And I think he even tried to come out and say something. At least I saw somebody make a post on social media saying that it was his response where he had something to say. But let me get into what all took place from what I recorded. Okay, so first of all, they met in March and she moved him in the house in the same damn month. I don't see how women do stuff. I don't see how y'all do that. And maybe when you don't have a child, it's different because clearly I've had a child since I was what, 18. So it's of course going to be different for me because I'm not just going to move any damn body in my house. But you know what? There you got some women that do have kids and don't give a damn and still will move a man into their house within 1 month. What the hell am I talking about? Okay. You do not know this man. You cannot be that desperate for love. But in her case, she was, and it's no disrespect or anything to her or many women like her, but I do kind of understand her being desperate in a sense because I feel like America makes women that are a certain size undesirable, and because of that, when she finally has somebody that's more so interested in her, then she gonna rock with it. He sounds like the ideal guy. He got this going on. He said he got that going on. Whatever the case is, she's gonna rock with that because she got somebody that's interested in her, and the logic never kicked in for her at any moment until the very end. I feel until the very end. I feel like God was giving her different signs throughout it for her to know, like, girl, step up off this. But she did. She wanted what she wanted. So she was willing to believe anything to get a particular fairy tale at the end of the day. And that's not what you ended up getting. You ended up getting a fucking nightmare. And I really hate that for her because I know that this is definitely a traumatic experience for her because she overlooked so many things. And I feel like a lot of women do this in relationships. They overlook so many things and because of the idea of what they want shit to be. They have this whole fantasy idea of how they think the relationship is supposed to be or whatever the case is, and they overlook a lot of the fuck shit that's right there in front of their face. Okay. All out of fear and not wanting to be alone. Okay. When honestly, you really can do bad all by yourself, girl. All them lies that man was telling you, you could have did that on your own. You didn't need him to come up in your house and lie to you, girl, because that man, girl, you gave him the right damn name, Legion. I think she said it was a name from the Bible or something like that she had she called him. I think she said it was tied to demons or something like that. So that's what that was a good name. Okay. He definitely had multiple faces. So what else ended up happening? All right. Let's see. Okay. Oh, and here's the gag for me. It was the fact that it took this NIGGA to change a tire for her. First of all, God was trying to get your ass. So when he was trying to stop you in your damn tracks right there, and your ass was not listening to the Lord. Okay. You wasn't listening to the Lord. And then she said something because she went back and did a live and she was talking about if God would have did something, basically let her know to like this ain't your God, then she feel like she would have listened. And I'm like, no, the hell you wouldn't have, because he was giving you signs throughout the whole thing and you wasn't listening. You was more so focused on what you wanted. Hell, you even said that you wasn't willing to listen to your own family, all because of the idea you created for yourself about this relationship. So you were willing to believe the lies that he told you. Okay. And even give him grace when you knew he was lying. Didn't call him to the carpet, didn't stand on business in any type of fashion. None of that. Only time you called him to the carpet was so that he could walk over your ass. And that's what it was given. Okay. But anywho, so then she got to a point where she talks about, because the next thing I have in my notes is about him showing her, I guess, a documentation from Chase about him closing on a home or something, and she said she believed that this letter was real because it came from Chase Bank. He showed it to her, had the letterhead and everything. It was an approval letter and all of that. So at this point, they moved in, from my understanding. They met in March. He changed the tire in March when she was supposed to go link up with him or whatever. She moved him in March. She said late March, early April. By May, she ended up getting pregnant by this man. By June, and I hate to say this, y'all, as she had said, she was like, what she said? She was like, no offense to anybody or whatever, but she was glad she didn't have the child. And I'm over here feeling the same way, girl. I'm with you. Like, bitch, I'm so glad that baby. I hate to say it like that, girl. I hate to say it like, girl, yes, I do. But listen, I'm gonna say I'm glad that was not a part of your future. Okay, I'm glad that weapon that was formed against you did not prosper. Because let me tell you something, that man purpose. Now, of course, you laid down and you contributed to that, but he definitely was getting you pregnant because he was trying to hook, line, and sinker you in. You know what I'm saying? Because he too did not want to be out here and be lonely. Because what we learned is that his family wasn't even fucking with him like that. Any woman this has been with has truly left his ass. So I feel like he was definitely trying to get you pregnant in an effort to keep you locked the fuck down. Because he's a trash ass NIGGA. Okay. So I'm glad that weapon that was formed against you did not prosper. And then what did she say? She said in so yeah, she had the miscarriage in June, and something happened in July. I think that could have been the car situation or something. And then the car situation didn't go through. Baby, when I tell you this man, I don't know what needs to happen to him. I don't know what needs to happen to this man. I know a lot of people was like bringing up, like in my chat and stuff, mentioning like Martell Holt and stuff. Y'all, I'm gonna let y'all be mad at me. This man, Martell Holt, ain't got shit on this. Okay. Now Martell Holt was definitely creeping out here with a his side chick or whatever the case was. Martell Holt may be showing some little showing, not little, but showing moments of him spazzing the fuck out because he lost his own family or whatever. But this right here, and Martell has lied. Okay. But this nigga here, this man was creating whole people, things, situations, on the phone talking to himself like full-fledged baby, had it down pat. Girl, this man needs to be in a mental institution. This is what it is. He needs to be in an institution. That's where he needs to be, and a good one. Okay. That's where he needs, like, this man is a danger to society. All right. And it's not even just as far as women are concerned and him getting in relationships, but baby, I feel like as far as jobs too, because that's a risk. You know what I'm saying? That man could create a whole damn scenario about some bullshit that happened on the job that never happened. Okay, and probably get somebody fired or anything. And I'm sure if y'all give people enough time, the folks that work with him is probably gonna come out and tell they tea too. Ain't no telling. But this man is a danger to society. I'm sorry, y'all need to lock him down. Okay, when I find you, I never let you get away. Yeah, don't let him get away. I'ma lock you down, lock him down. Danger to society. Let's keep going. So then she said she found out she was pregnant in mid-May. She said she dealt with a lot of internal struggles when it came to dealing with him. She did. But at this point, I can't remember if she was already dealing with those struggles from March to May. I would think so. I would think that he started showing her signs early, and everything that he showed her, she was overlooking. And keep in mind, the reason why I really feel like he was giving her a lot of signs was because of the pandemic. So life wasn't as normal as it was in the past, where you could just go here, go there. Y'all probably was in the house more than not. Okay, y'all was in the house most of the time, so I think more things started to ding, but she just continued to overlook it, you know. What else? So she says that she was shaking up before marriage and now getting pregnant. She says her family, shacking up, I'm sorry. She was dealing with a lot of internal struggles dealing with him. One of the concerns was the fact that they were shacking up before marriage. I don't, I'm pausing because what's in my head right now is the fact that you're saying shacking up before marriage when you don't think your family's gonna raise an eyebrow. Like, it didn't ever occur to you that, damn, I moved this man in within a month. That should have been the first internal struggle that your ass had. That, damn, I moved this man in. That's the first one. Not so much as shacking up before marriage, but shacking up before you noticed it. That's what you did. Okay. What else? Okay, so the shacking up, then she ended up getting pregnant. She says her family didn't even know that they lived together. So she didn't even expose this to the family. So I guess that also was a part of the internal struggle. But I just want the forefront to be that, girl, you moved this man in less than 30 days. So you can say y'all met in March and you moved him in at the end of March or the early part of April. It don't matter. Just because the month has changed, it's less than 30 days. It's given I knew this for 2 weeks. And I'm gonna let him go ahead and stay in my house. Don't know if he really gonna be able to financially take care of the bills for real, because just because he told you that, because keep in mind, you didn't see none of his bank records until months on down the road. So you didn't know what this man could provide or do for you or any of that. And you just let this man into your space. And as much as people get online and they want to ridicule her, drag her, whatever, I'm so glad that she told this story, y'all. In my opinion. Because with her telling this story, yeah, you're gonna have more people calling her out saying how crazy she look and all of that. But maybe what you guys are saying about her and her telling her own story is going to perk up in the heads of other young people and maybe some older folks try to not go this route. When you especially do not know this person, you bringing this man into your home and you don't know what kind of diseases this man carries. You bringing this man into your home and you don't even know how many baby mamas you really got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if this man, what Phaedra said, girl, this man could be a serial killer or an axe murderer. But you wouldn't know because you need $10. What she said, a box of pizza or something. No, you needed $10 for some sperm so he could get him a box of pizza or some shit like that. Yeah, that's what it's giving. You don't know if this man was going to be a serial killer or an axe murderer. And you let this mother up into your house. Girl, you gotta be quicker and you gotta be smarter than that. But this situation has truly taught her, because I guarantee you, Miss Girl is not trying to date nobody at this periodically time. She's not trying to date anyone, and I don't fault her, girl. Girl, just hold. I do think that in due time she's going to get the right guy for her. I do. I can imagine how many dudes trying to hop in her DMs that want to be genuine towards her and everything, but because she's been scarred, she's not gonna be fucking with y'all right now. Okay. But I do believe she's going to get all that she desires. You know what I'm saying? I think that's on its way to her, especially when you're being so vulnerable, open, and honest about your situation. And I also refuse to believe that although, girl, you put yourself through this high key on the highest key. What I was thinking was God wouldn't put you through this, but you really did put yourself through it. But I refuse to believe that you went through all of this to not receive a happy ending on the back end. So it's on the way. It may take some time, but I do believe that you will get that. What else? So yeah. All right. So he done lied to this girl while she pregnant and had her thinking that they were about to close on. Okay. So girl, this is what's killing me soft. Killing me soft. Okay. So they met in March. She moved them in March. At some point in April or May, they decided that they was going to buy a fucking house. Y'all, I can't. You just moved this man in and y'all about to already buy a house? And then he tell you while you pregnant that y'all gonna close at the end of May? Girl, the red flags was reading, and you, or at least they was flagging, and you just was overlooking them. I don't know. You thought they was yield signs or something, and you just going forward. Damn, I hate that for you. Damn, I hate you. Was so naive. I hate that for yourself. Girl, when I tell you, we all gonna leave with some regrets. And this is going to more than likely be her biggest one yet. Now, telling her story won't be the regret, but putting herself in these situations where she did not trust herself. She didn't trust herself at all. And I believe that that man could smell her confidence, because as much as people be having these mental issues and they lie and they crazy, they also be very smart at the same time. And I think that he could tell just how insecure, I guess you would say, just where she was with her self-esteem and her emotions and stuff. And he knew that this was a young woman that he could play on. In my personal. Okay. Let's see what else. What else happened? She yeah. So he oh, she did say that she kept an audio diary. She kept, but see, this girl, what the fuck? Listen, it's gonna be so many what the fuck moments. It's gonna be so many what the fuck, because I'm just, oh my God, girl, I want to give her a hug, because I'm trying to understand, how do you know this early on to start recording different things? Like, you created a audio diary and just basically track what's happening in your relationship. How do you do this so earlier on, before getting engaged, before getting married? Okay. And you not put a halt or put the brakes up or nothing. You continue to go along, because, and so many women get in this position where they try to save face, because you done let this man probably meet friends or whatever the case is, and everybody right out the gate. There are some people you could just tell a person's energy right out the gate. Like, I don't know about this person, I'm gonna watch him, because he really did come out of nowhere, right? When it comes to your friends, okay, he came out of nowhere, I don't know about that, I'm gonna sit back and watch. But you wanted so bad to save face, to get your fairy tale ending, and to just really save face. So you allowed yourself to go through torture, all while documenting your own stuff via audio. Girl, girl, that is just, girl, I'll be traumatized too. Because as much as he got over on you, you got over on yourself. So, geez, Louise, honey, Riso, girl. But anywho, but it is past tense, so I'm sure she's in a better place now. She did say that she allowed him to get away with the first lie because she desired a family. And I believe that first lie that she allowed him to get away with was the whole house situation. I think it could have been the house situation. Don't quote me, because she knew that he was lying, and she asked him something, and when he answered it in a way that she knew for a fact he was lying, but she didn't even try to combat him, push back, none of that. She just rolled with it because, I think it could have been the fact that they were going to close at the end of May. I think that was something that I think it had something to do with the house. And so she desired her family. That was so important to her, having a family, having the American dream and stuff. Girl, one thing about America, they will get you tied the fuck up, won't it? But anywho, yeah. Okay. She wanted to have all of that. Girl, how embarrassing. All right. So in mid-June, she did suffer the miscarriage. This man really had people thinking he had an assistant. So when she had to go into the hospital to get the DNC, do whatever procedure she had to do, he was supposed to come pick her up. Now, mind you, he done told her earlier on that he said something about him getting a promotion, and when he get this promotion, talk about he a VP or something, or he getting a promotion to a VP. When he gets this higher position, it comes with an assistant. First of all, when you look at the man, Risa, girl, oh shit. When you look at this man, girl, it's not giving VP. It's not giving VP. Not vice president. It's not giving that. It's giving very problematic. Yes, it's giving very petty, but it's not giving vice president. Okay. No, ma'am. No. So he had an assistant. They calling him like, hey, procedure's done. We need you to come pick her up, or whatever the case is. I think the first time they ended up talking to his assistant, supposedly. Oh, he's in a meeting. Tell me what you need me to know. I'll relay it. No, we can't do that because of HIPAA. You're going to have to get his ass on the phone, whatever. Okay. Next thing you know, I think that girl said she sat there for like maybe 2 hours. I don't know if she said an hour and a half or 2 to 3 hours. She was sitting there waiting on this motherfucker to come. But he kept telling them that he was in traffic. No, the gag was his ass couldn't get off work. He could not get off work. And then when she said something about when she got in the car, to go, when he finally got there to get in the car, he had, girl, I can't take it. I can't. This man called her aunt and her mom while she's in the car. This is how I understood it, but y'all let me know. I believe she said when she was in the car, he called her family and said, "Oh, she good? Yeah. Yeah, she good. Yeah, I got her right here. Yeah, we about to go to the house. I'll let y'all know when we make it to the house." Whole time ain't nobody on the motherfucking phone. Ain't nobody, hello, are you there? Nobody's on the phone. Ain't no way. But she did say this, okay? But I feel like this was an excuse. I don't know. Well, let me not say that because I haven't dealt with no DNC procedure. I don't know how that is. I don't know what you dealing with. But she said that she was kind of drugged up. She was out of it. But ain't no way I'm finna have any procedure and my mama not tell my man to put her on speakerphone or to give me to the motherfucking phone. Because one thing about it, my mama don't give a damn what you sound like. You could be slurred and whatever. You better get your ass on this phone. Because my mama need to hear life. That's what she needs. She needs to hear life. Okay. Better yet, FaceTime me is what is given for my mama. FaceTime me. Let me see her. Let me see her. Let me see your eyes. Let me see your eyes. Look over here. Let me see. Open her eyes up. Oh, okay. So did they give any medication? What all they gave her? Oh, okay. All right then. Well then, so y'all about to go pick that up. Like my mama would have been all in the business. There is absolutely no way you could talk to my mama on the phone after I done had any type of procedure, okay, and think that you just for to say you gonna call us when you get to the house. First of all, my mom already know she gonna call you when we get to the house because she already tracking the location. Hello, are you okay? Girl, ain't no damn way. So that was she said only for her to find out, girl. And this way he really would have got cussed out from mine. Okay. She really, and matter of fact, in all honesty, if you want to be real about it, if my mama wasn't in the state, my mama would be already at the hospital. So I probably wouldn't have had to worry about you leaving your job to come get me. Because my mama was already there that morning. Okay. She actually got in at midnight before the procedure was even done. Hello? Because that's just not how it's going to go down. So for him to sit up there and text this girl's family and say some, what that boy said, don't call her, I want to ask that y'all don't have, I don't even know if he asked nicely, girl, but told them folks not to call that girl for like a week or whatever like that. He don't want no contact for a week. Do you know the kind of cussing he would have got from my mom? And she would have been on the highway cussing him the fuck out if she was on her way if she wasn't here already. Because you ain't finna call my mama and tell her not to call her child for a whole week. Are you stupid? Baby, mama would have wore your ass out. Trust and believe. Mine, I don't know about nobody, but mine would have wore your ass out. Period. Okay. And then this is how, because my mama is funny, y'all. My mama is funny. My mama probably would have already called the cops too. Okay. Now I'm not telling y'all to go over there to her house yet, but I'm just putting y'all on alert. Okay. I'm telling y'all, mama would. And I'm just laughing because I know for a fact that she will do this. Okay. She will go ahead and have the police on edge. The same way Miss Girl, when she was trying to get him out her house at the end and she talked to the captain and stuff. Yeah. That would have been my mama already 2 steps ahead, calling from another state. Calling over here to the county police, baby. Do you hear me? Cause mama would have been ready. You wasn't gonna play with mine. But anywho, girl, let's keep going. Okay. So then they go look at, so something happened with the last house. Something fell through with that house. Oh, something happened with that first house, y'all. I cannot remember what happened with the first house. I think he was dragging his feet on submitting some documents or something for it to close, and he kept telling her that it was going to close at the end of the month or whatever, but it never did. When she would look online, she's thinking that it's their property that's pending, but it's not, or at least the property is pending because of them. It wasn't. It was pending because of a whole nother couple that was getting ready to get the house with a whole nother damn agent. All right. So because that first house fell through, they ended up checking out another house. And she said that the girl said they looked for another house, and this NIGGA had her thinking that he was going to pay all cash for this house. I believe it was out there in Smyrna, she said. I think it was like a nice house out there in Smyrna. She said it was like $699,000. According to the mortgage document from Chase, I think he could have got approved for like allegedly, girl, we know it's fake. He got approved for like $700,000 or something like that. And I'm like, 699,000 you got approved from 7. Would you even want to use all of that mortgage up, or would you want to use, maybe less than that? Like, and then if you need to get other additional things done, then I guess you would use the difference or whatever. But all in all, that's what he said. He was trying to put down cash. Bitch, I hollered. So this is where I laughed my ass off in tears over here. That he really had you thinking that he was going to drop a all cash offer over here on this house, $699,000. And then she over there talking about something. I believed it. I saw the money. I know he had, because I mean, I know he wouldn't do that. Like, I saw the money, like I was looking at, like he showed me the thing here, he showed me that, and I saw it, and I'm like, bitch, you ain't seen no 700, you ain't seen no million in there. You ain't see that. Whatever it was that he showed you, you didn't see that. He probably showed you a few thousand, which was more than what you had in your account, but he ain't show your ass no million or enough for you to know that he could qualify for this house to buy it. But anywho, girl, that shit had me so tick. I said, girl, what? I'm screaming. So she said she watched this man sign the offer and play. Somebody, I watched this. I watched him sign the offer. I saw it. I saw, because I know. I just said, no, I saw him sign it. I said, no, but you saw him playing in your face. You saw him playing in your motherfucking face with pen and paper, bitch. Like, what the fuck? That's what he was doing. It was heavy on the, you know, when the kids be just picking up pens, crayons, and writing on a piece of paper, and then being like, "Look, see, mommy, bitch." That's what he was doing. He was playing in your face. Okay, girl. I had to pause that shit. I said, "Girl, what? You saw him sign the offer, but did you see him produce the cash?" Look, mommy, that's what it's giving. No, ma'am. Let's keep going, girl. Oh, he played you. And I'm really upset that he played you when we look at see what he looks like. Girl, he don't even look like he keep himself up, let alone keep up 600 and some $1,000 cash. Okay? Ugh, I'm tired. Anywho, so he lied to her about promotions he got. He was leaving the house dressed like a factory worker. Holy moly. Okay. She says that he was lying about promotions he got, and he was leaving the house dressed like a factory worker, but telling her he got a VP position. And I said, bitches, we doing undercover boss? Like, did you ever question? Are you doing undercover boss, or you guys filming or something? Because I'm not really sure about VPs having to actually wear. I thought VPs are in offices. Maybe there are some VPs that walk the floor and they wear the same attire, and which could be true, as other people in the warehouse, right? But I'm like, I would have been questioning. Okay, I would have been like, so I mean, is this undercover boss? So what are we doing? Look like you're dressed like the factory workers. Okay, but here's the gag. It wouldn't have mattered what she would have asked. He just would have gave her a good enough lie. I can't say a good one, but a good enough lie for her to be okay with and to move forward with. Okay. What else happened? The car. Okay, so she had wanted a car. They talked about getting a car or whatever the case was, and I think she said that she had wanted some type of navy or some type of blue BMW with 10 seats or whatever, and he over here overhyping it like it's gonna work out and it's gonna happen and shit. But the car fell through. And I think that she said he was trying, or was that the company car? Because it was a car that she was trying to get. But then he also was talking about a company car. They were going around to different dealerships, and he was asking them to show him also many. He needed certain documents, and they were legit documents that would be needed, from my understanding, for a business that would be, trying to buy a company car for them. And I think he even got on the phone and faked like he was talking to somebody and was like, yeah, they said they'll need this and that. Like, girl, he just had a whole scheme. Like you, not only did you fake situations and stuff, but you brought other people into your shit. Like, you literally was faking things with brokers and agents. You literally were going into the damn auto dealerships, dealing with real people, real situations on some fake ass stuff. I just feel like that should be a crime. I feel like I mean, I guess he didn't commit nothing just yet, but I'm just like, That is just like, this man needs to be committed for real. So the car fell through. She says another house fell through, and he tried to get these folks to accept the offers before showing proof of the money. Kept going back and forth with the agent and would not produce anything. And I'm like, that's not another red flag to you? You don't see that as another red flag? How down bad did you need to be? Girl, I don't even need to answer that because you moved this man in less than a month. So you was pretty damn down bad to even have him in your space like that. Later on, they decided to get engaged because of family and religion, and she didn't want to be alone, and I felt like he didn't want to be homeless. Okay, so they say that they had a heart to heart, and they decided to I guess like get engaged or whatever at some point. Now she said that he took her to somewhere in Mall of Georgia where they looked at rings, y'all. They looked at rings, and he told her, when I'm ready, like, now I know your style or whatever, when I'm ready, you know, I'll propose to you, or I'll give it to you, or whatever the case is. Y'all, I ain't finished her live, but I listened to part of her live, and baby, tell me why the goddamn ring was never bought from the Mall of Georgia. He saw the ring that she liked, found a replica on Amazon, and bought that bitch for $30-some. Ain't that something? Ooh, baby. That's crazy there. That's crazy. I feel like she started to probably question some things, possibly give some pushback, but not a lot. And I think that he may have realized that she was on to him. I think he realized she was on to him and that he could possibly lose her. And that is the reason why he decided to, you know, give her the ring. I don't even think it was like a real proposal, she said. I think he just gave her the ring, like, here you go, like, you're mine now, or some silly shit like that. But I think it was because he didn't want to be asked out. And that's the real reason why he went ahead and proposed to her or whatever. It was something she said on her live about that. I can't remember. But anywho, let's keep going. So they decided to get married. And this is the crazy thing for me, baby. So when they decided to get married, they had to fill out, you know, documentation for them to get married. And when they filled out this paperwork, he put a social security number on that paperwork, and she mentally memorized it, okay? So that she could go and do a background check. Girl, there was so many signs there. You didn't trust this man a long time ago, and you just really went against a lot of stuff. But I'll say this, you ain't the first and you ain't gonna be the last. But I know this gonna be your last. I know this gonna be your last time going through it. But somebody else gonna go through it. I hope that, see, her video has reached millions of people. So I'm hoping some people really learn some lessons. I hope that if they're in any similar situations, that they are questioning the people that they're with, and they're making the proper steps to get out of those situations. Because unfortunately, well, I will say fortunately for her, right? She got out unharmed. The only thing that I feel was bruised was her emotions, right? And maybe her mental, but not so much as physical. Some of these women get in these situations with these men, and once these women are on to them, find them out, whatever the case is, these people are no longer here to tell their stories. Or the stories that they do tell are much worse because they've been physically harmed and may have the videos and pictures and stuff to prove it, right? So yeah, it gets crazy out here. So I hope for those people that are, you know, that she's bringing awareness to, y'all seeing this, y'all making note, y'all slowly figure out y'all way to moonwalk out the situation. What else? So yeah, she remembered the social security number. And the crazy thing is, when she ran this background check on that social, she didn't find anything. So for her, she's just like, oh, okay, well, that's kind of good. Because are you that scarred, girl, that you would really think that you don't deserve a man that's going to take care of the household, this and that for you, a man that's going to do this, do that? She really was hyping herself up and psyching herself the fuck out. Okay. When she did this search, but come to find out, girl, he put the wrong dang old social security number on the marriage stuff, but gave her the real one at a later time. Baby, Simon, Mr. Guabadia, I'm just trying to ask right now. Well, don't calm down. Have a seat. I just have some questions, because when I saw this situation over here with this person, okay, I wanted to ask you, Well, I mean, I'm coming to you because you're the one that was over here in the news the other day with all the different schemes and scams that you had going on. So, one will only ask. So while we over here talking about bringing awareness, I just want to make sure that Portia is asking the right questions. Because if you over here changing, you're not say, well, don't get loud with me. Don't get loud because I'm just asking, okay? And all I know is this is in court documents. I'm not making this stuff up, honey. Okay? The court documents say that you sat up there and changed your name trying to get some citizenship into the United States. Okay? So if you did that, we over here wondering, is the marriage that y'all got legal? Was the one you had with Fallon legal? What's going on? Did you change the social too? Because we know how desperate you are to get citizenship in the United States. Oh, TBD, to be determined, because you still trying to figure your shit out. Oh, okay, then we're gonna let you figure it out. And guess what? Now that y'all it's coming back to TV, we finna be on your ass. How about that? Okay, then. Well, you can go. That's fine. I'll talk to Portia in a minute then. Uh-huh. Okay. Hello? No, ma'am. So we got some questions, Simon. Because if this fool who ain't even got the resources like you over here lying, then it's gonna make us look at you up and down. Hello? What you got going on over there, baby? Anywho, it's none of my business, girl. But when it become my business, when they put it out, I'm gonna be in it just a little bit. Let's see what else. So she says his name. Yeah, she finally admits not admits, but she tells us what his name is, or at least that's the name that she gave him, which is Legion. After she started finding out all these different things about him, she started to call him Legion. Y'all, this man with fake phone calls with his family, like he's talking on the phone to his brothers. I think it's only been maybe less than 5 occasions where she's probably heard him talking to somebody on actual speakerphone. I think I'm being generous when I say 5, because I don't even think it was that many. Okay. Any other time he's faking it. He just acting like he's talking to somebody. Oh, what y'all doing today? Oh, okay, y'all watching the game. Oh, okay. Da, 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 da. Oh, hold on. I was like, hey, babe, such and such said, hey. Oh, okay. Yeah, she said, hey, babe. Da, 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 da. Like, just faking. Like, are you like, oh my God, that is scary. That is scary. Right? Next thing you know, she said that he started crying all over the place once he learned that his grandmama had died from COVID, and then said that his uncle died shortly after that from COVID. She said that's when she raised an eyebrow. And can I say this, y'all? She said the grandmama had died from now. This is before she found out how long the grandmama really been dead. So shortly after the grandma passed away, the uncle passed away. And she said once she heard him talk about the uncle passing away, that's when her eyebrow raised like, what? That don't even make sense. That's what she said, because the uncle went to the hospital. And I'm like, ma'am, that's the shit I would have believed. All the other stuff he's telling, that's when your eyebrows should have been raising. You should have been raising both of them. You should have been raising your ass up out that relationship is what you should have been doing. Okay? Because the one thing that could possibly be true, the way people were dropping like flies, because for those people that were around shortly after the pandemic, the very next year, I lost my granddad on one day, and 24 hours later, I lost my aunt the very next day. Okay. So, and we didn't even know she was sick or anything. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, boop, boop. Matter of fact, I think they passed away less than 24 hours apart from each other. That's the shit I would have believed. Okay. But everything else is where you should have raised your eyebrow. Am I tripping? It was a pandemic. Everybody was falling out. Not everybody, but it was a lot of deaths that took place around 2020, 2021, stuff like that. So, girl, what? When he said that, I raised my eyebrow. Like, what? Like, girl, Anywho, so she says that this guy had her thinking her neighbor wanted him. So she was talking about how she was moving. Like, I'm getting out of Clayton County, girl. I'm not going to do Clayco. I'm going to go over there to Cobb Co. We're going to be over there in Cobb County. I'm not going to do it. She said the reason why was because he had her thinking. She said it wasn't because it was anything to do with the county, right? She said that it was just more so because of the neighbor, because he had her thinking that the neighbor wanted him like that. I'm like, I said, girl, this man right here was truly toxic. He enjoyed the turmoil of it all, and he really enjoyed watching you suffer, which leads me to believe that that is a man, to me, that hates women. That nigga hated you. I don't know what, I mean, and I don't think it's just you. I think it's all of them. I don't know what could have happened in his life when he was younger. I don't know what could have happened with his parents. I don't know what the hell going on, but to sit and constantly watch and continue to put people through trauma, 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 back and back to back to back, and just creating these situations. Like, it's just weird. Like, you really don't, because you didn't do this to just her. You did it to other women as well. So I just feel like you hate women. You really don't like them. You're really battling some stuff on the inside. And when she was over there talking about Peaches and stuff like that, I don't even think Peaches was a. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know this to be true or fact. She didn't give us those details. This is my assumption and my opinion. I don't believe that Peaches was a woman. I do not. That's just how I feel about this situation. Okay. So there's that. Let me see, because I ended up stop taking notes at some point when I get down here. Some hopefully I could just remember a lot of what she said that I can recall a lot of what she said. Anywho, so lying about her ex and looking for her old girl. So then she was at work one day or something. First of all, let me go back before I get into that. She was talking about how she noticed some things changed shortly after they had got married. And she said shortly after they got married, things started changing to where, I don't know if this was after they got married or before, but basically he would ask her about, like, whenever he talked to her on the phone, he would try to come off as though he was controlling. Like, who you talking to? Who's the, every time I call you, I'm hearing men in the background when you at work and this, that, and the other. Like, he just would start doing these little things that was like, what? She said she would laugh it off because she knew that it didn't make any sense. Like, she knew that he was on some fugaziness. And I'm like, no, you laughed it off because you thought that it was cute. You thought that it was cute that he was trying to control you a bit and getting jealous off of the fact that he thinks other people are talking to you or whatever the case is. Like, that's what that's what I believe. Okay. Hell, and I don't think it's too far fetched for you to think that with all the other shit you endured and allowed. So I think that was the case too. So anywho, she says that one day he called her and said, so, no, she took his car. That's what it was. She took his car, and I think she went to go get her feet done or something. I don't know if this was around like her birthday or something like that. And he was really like doing his big one for Valentine's Day. And she said he did good. Her birthday is the day after Valentine's, did all this good stuff. And when she took his car to go get her feet done or pedicure or whatever, go to the nail salon, he ends up calling her, telling her some boy just came by here, some dude just came out here looking for you. And she was like, what? Yeah, some dude came around here looking for you, just making up everything. Like, I mean, girl, it just makes me think about insecure, like, aside from the mental stuff he got going on, like mental health or whatever that, like, the weirdness of it all. It also makes me think about narcissist, very controlling, abusive men that create scenarios in their head. Like, oh, when you do this or that, you're going to leave me. Oh, when you da-da-da, you're going to leave me. Or constantly thinking that you out here doing something. Most of the time it's because they out here doing something they ain't got no business. Like, that's what it makes me think about, that you will create this whole situation. Talk about a dude came by when really your question was, is she still in contact with her ex? So instead of you just asking her if she's in contact with any other men and stuff, you want to create a situation. Talk about, oh, this man came to the house looking for you or whatever. He got out of the car and said it's such and such here. And I said, nah, she ain't here. And then the dude got in the car and drove off. And then you're going to say, oh, well, apparently the dude didn't know that you was married or whatever like that, yada, yada, yada. And she like, what? So she like, describe him. So he gave like this generic response, just like you describing any damn body. But the more he talked, the more she knew he was on some FS. The more he talked. And he was just making up shit. And I'm over here like, girl, you ain't got no security cameras on your door. You ain't got nothing. You ain't like, and I'm talking about like a camera. You ain't got no cameras. But she ended up saying that she does have a security system to where every time the door opens and closes, it lets her know. So when he opened the door the day that he said it happened, she said her door only been open like one time. And during the time frame that he was at the house, it opened and closed within 1 minute. So for all of the dialogue that he said he was having with the guy outside, it could not have matched that 1 minute time frame. So then she come to find out the neighbor she said her neighbor, she said her neighbor has a camera on her property that kind of faces her driveway so she could kind of see. So she hit her up like, hey, can you let me know if any activity or anybody came by my house around this time? Girl said no. And she over there asking her questions, I guess thinking the lady lying, like, nah, it had to be such and such. Like, are you sure? And she was like, girl, I just looked at this thing. Ain't nobody coming to your damn house. What the hell is you talking about? What you talking about, girl? So, That's when she learned, even though she already knew, that this NIGGA was lying. And why? Why would you create that whole thing? Why would you make that up? Like, and that's again, you like chaos and turmoil. And I also feel like, I don't know, let me see. I want to say this now before I go on. So I'm gonna start just saying whatever comes to my head, because she talked about so much. So now I want to I'm talking about this Peaches situation, because she said at some point she got his phone. I think he ended up getting sick or hurt or something. I don't know how she got his phone, and she started going through the work phone or something like that. And I said, "Whoa." I said, "He did all of this shit on a work phone. This is a work phone. You doing this on." So she ends up coming across an interaction between him and some woman. I don't know what name he had in there at first, but basically it ended up being the Peaches. And he was over there pretty much soliciting services. Like, how much you charge for this right here, like, to get top or whatever. Oh, it's $40. Oh, okay. No, I think it was the hand. It's 40 for the hand. Okay. But then if you want to get the real top that's sloppy, then it's gonna cost you a little extra more over here. Okay. So he was over there trying to get the price of how much all this different stuff gonna run him. I said, are you not satisfied? Like, I mean, what is going on? Then she said she could sell in the phone when he would pull up. I guess I'm outside or whatever like that. And then when they're done, it's like, oh, that was good. Thank you. Whatever. I was like, that is horrible. I hope you didn't engage in anything else with this man. Ugh. And then I mean, just like when you look at him, like he's just not even attractive like that. Like I cannot climb up, Anyway, girl. Yeah, he was out there doing his thizzle, and I do not believe that Peaches was a woman. Okay. Not that it really matters, because at the end of the day, regardless of who Peaches is, you were still out of line soliciting those type of services, knowing that you're engaged or have a wife at this time or whatever the case is. Okay. That's just nasty. Okay. Then she talked about him having an injury, and he said something happened with him at work, and it started getting worse around the house to where he really couldn't walk for real. And I don't know, but I wonder what he got. Okay. I don't know what he had. I don't know. She said that she would not disclose that information, won't be releasing that, because that's his personal business. She said it could have been an autoimmune thing. She said, but anything going on with her health, she said she is perfectly fine. So she don't know what that man had going on over there. But it had something to do with his knee and his leg, kind of. So oh, child. Ooh, that was horrible. But anyway, let's keep going. So she was trying to get a new job. She talks about trying to get a new job at some point. And when she was trying to get this new job, they needed, I guess, since she was married, maybe it's a government job or something. They needed to have his social on the application. So he gives her a social, and the social he gives her is a different one than the one that she jotted down from the marriage license. Okay. So the fact that y'all filled out the marriage license and you used the wrong social security number, were y'all really married to get a divorce anyway? If he put the wrong social security number on the paperwork, you ain't getting no letter back. That's my question. You ain't getting nothing back from the department or anything saying, hey, we can't process this or whatever because these items are wrong or something. And then with you already having the social, unless you forgot the social, why didn't you just fill that one in on the application? What made you say, oh, I need your social, for this application I'm doing, whatever. Did you deep down inside believe that he may have wrote the wrong one down to begin with? Or did you forget it and you needed to go to him and get it or something? Like, I wonder how that worked when you already had a social. Did you already kind of have in your head that it wasn't the right one in order for you to move forward? But anywho, oh girl, y'all is kind of up in the comments. So I'm not gonna say that out loud. But let's keep going. So she says that he lied about the death of his stepdaughter. Okay. I think he called her, said, oh, I just heard from my stepson. And then talk about, oh, my stepson says his sister died. I don't know if he said that was COVID too, or if it was another situation, and he gonna ask her, can he send $2,000 to the mom to help out with the funeral and stuff like that? Just lying. Just lying, baby. Ain't nothing happened to the little girl, because at some point she did talk to the ex-wife, and the ex-wife was like, baby, respectfully, I don't want to have shit to do with that man. And she said, the fact that you calling me on this phone right now is enough to let me know that it's real bad for you, honey. And I feel for you. And they did talk for a minute, but she was like, she's fine. Because she asked her, how's your daughter doing? She said, my daughter's fine. Why? He said something about my daughter. And she was like, yeah, but she wouldn't tell her exactly what he said about her daughter being dead. Okay. Now that's some wild shit. All right. So they definitely exchanged details. The girl said that the man is a compulsive liar, lies about everything. She learned that the ex-wife was the one that filed for a divorce. The ex-wife, from my understanding, has come out and spoken. I'll probably listen to, play that in a second, because there's so many different moving parts that I know we're not gonna get into all of that today, but it's so many different moving parts. I think they said her son even came out and spoke. So I'm like, is this the son of hers or the son of the first woman? Because Miss Girl, Risa, she said that she started getting on her investigative stuff when he got real sick, y'all. First of all, speaking of him getting sick, okay, well, we'll get to that. But she started doing all this investigating and stuff, and she found an obituary of his grandma. The obituary with the grandma, that's when she learned that it was in 2008 when the grandma passed. She tells us about a situation, first of all, and that's when she started doing all of her investigation with, they leave behind this person, that person, that person. She learned that he lied about his sisters, and he just lied about a lot of stuff, okay, that it just didn't line up. But when I think about the grandmother's passing, what I'm thinking about, y'all, is how cuckoo for something this man was, that they had went out to eat. They were leaving from wherever they were. He is passing a cemetery and says to her, oh, you want to see where my grandma is buried? How do you get away with that? How do you get away with that? And I can imagine it was at nighttime. First of all, I'm not trying to be at the cemetery in the daytime. Why the fuck is you riding me around here at night? Are you okay? I would assume it was night. Maybe it wasn't. And then you ride her around and don't even necessarily show her where it's at. I think she said she saw a headstone that said Doe, as in Jane Doe, John Doe. And it's like, it's over there somewhere. What's the point of driving through it then? It was just real weird, bro. Real weird. And maybe the where did the grandma pass? That's what I don't remember catching. Maybe she did pass in Georgia, but I don't think she passed in Georgia. Either way, everything that come out this man's mouth is a lie. And you driving her over there talking about she wanted to be buried with my granddad or something, so they buried together over here. Like, how do you get away with shit like that? Then, as they going through downtown Atlanta, it is a building that says NCR on it, and he over there like, you see that building right there that say NCR? Yeah, we about to get an office right there next to it. Do you know how many buildings are around that one building, nigga? It's gonna be right there, like right there over there. Yeah, that's where I'm gonna park the company car. It's gonna be over on that side. She over there raising court like, now wait a minute. So y'all gonna have a building over here on some, like, when y'all got the factory thing going on, if y'all got the warehouse, because he worked for a condiments company that she wouldn't, disclose what it was. So how y'all gonna have a building over here? Now, ma'am, I do, as she continues to talk, I see your blonde moments, because every company like that, like a condiments company, whatever, they always have a corporate headquarters that's not at no damn warehouse. So now when I hear that, I'm like, girl, I see how he got over on you. He telling you the simplest shit. Even though he lying, we know he lying, but he's telling you that this here is going to be the corporate office. Basically, he was like, oh, no, it's going to be the corporate office. Like, I'm just like, I see how he feel, because you having too many blind moments for me, and you having it with a liar. Like, it's just crazy. I can't. Anywho, I love the one she pulled when she said, okay, let's go over there then. I know that's right, bitch. Take me over there. Okay. Now show me your job. I know that's right. Show me your job. Where's that? Let's go over there. So he over there thinking quick on his feet because he's a compulsive. And so he or pathological, whichever one is giving heavy on the liar. So he tells her that it's the weekend. Let him call somebody. Call somebody. Be like, hey, what's up? You at the building? Oh, okay. The security person trying to see if he can get in the building. And then the security person said they off this week or off or whatever. Such and such is in there. Oh, okay. Well, can you call them and see if we can get in the building? Because I think that my key will let me on the floor, but it won't let me in the building though. Come to find out that person took off for the weekend or called out or something. I'm just like, now how you have a big ass building like that in downtown Atlanta and ain't no security there? Just no security is at the facility. Yeah, that didn't make sense. You didn't think of that one, Risa? That one didn't click clack, okay, on your brain. I'm not gonna come down too much on you because you probably just at a different state of, a mental state at that time, girl. But listen, that didn't click. Girl, knew this nigga was up here J line. Girl, I can't take it, girl. I mean. So then she gets to this place after doing all this research, talking to different people and stuff. I think she ended up talking to one of the brothers. I think this could have been after the fact, though. I think after he moved, I think she talked to like one of the brothers or something like that. But before that happened, she finally got to a place where she kicked him out, and I think it was on his birthday. So she had got to the house and she saw that nothing had been moved in the kitchen, nothing was out of place, none of that. So, his leg been messed up. So he's pretty much been in the bed this whole time, right? He didn't get up at all. Nasty motherfucker. And you know what's crazy is this did not just show up. This man been showing her who the hell he is. He's been doing this weird stuff. She's just now getting to her point of being fed up. So she gets to the house and she calmly lets him know, like, pretty much, hey, I want you to leave. And he was like, what, you don't want this no more? She said, no, I don't want you no more. Not at all. Or whatever. So they had some words. She said she was calm. And then he was like, you can't kick me out, whatever. And, getting smart with her, getting loud with her. And so they had an exchange of words and stuff. And she was talking about how she would beat him like the bitch that he is. Okay. And she wants him to get the fuck up out her house. And so when when he was getting some of the stuff that he could get to get the hell out the house, she ended up seeing all the Powerade bottles. So she said he had been drinking a lot of Powerade bottles. He got real sick to the point where he lost a lot of weight. So she don't know what he was dealing with. It was so concerning for her before she kicked him out that she was trying to go to the doctor's appointments with him. But obviously, I guess he wouldn't take her, didn't want her to know what was really going on for real. So she never really knew, I don't think. But anywho, when she gets to the Powerade bottles, he hurries up and grabs them like, I got it. He about to bag it up or whatever. And she's like, what's in that? He was like, oh, no, it ain't there. Don't worry about it. She's like, no, what the fuck is in them bottles? Baby, this man was pissing in the bottles. He was pissing in the bottles. And then not only did he piss in the bottles because he was too lazy to get his ass up out their bed and go pee. Okay. He was pissing in the bottles and leaving the bottles there on the floor. Woo, baby. Yeah, he really needed to get the fuck on. Let me see. Let me think of what else happened because I think that's like where my notes stopped at. So she puts him out. He goes to his aunt's house in Philly. He calls his aunt. First of all, I think he was kind of refusing to leave. She gets on the phone with her mom. Her mom is telling him, like, Legion, baby, you need to go. Because I think if you stay, she going to kill you. He gets on the phone with the aunt. I'm like, baby, you sure the aunt is real? Because everybody else been fake as hell. So then the aunt says, come on up here, I'll give you gas or whatever the case was. Like, just get to me. This girl probably gonna harm you or whatever. So he does leave, goes and stays up there. Somebody said, who is Egypt? I don't know who the fuck Egypt is. I do not know who Egypt is. I cannot remember. Did he say Egypt was supposed to? Oh, that was the brother. Didn't the brother say? Okay, so this is where she ends up. Okay, this after she puts him out. He goes to up north or whatever the case was. This is where she starts talking to everybody and the stories start to unravel. Okay, because he made stories up about his brother. So first of all, he has a twin, from my understanding. With this twin, the twin has a wife and a child, but the twin is everything that he was making himself out to be. His twin really was. Okay, so he pretty much wasn't really stealing the twins' identity, but he was trying to take on his life in a sense. It's given as a single black male. Okay. Um, so but that's your twin. So when she finally talks to basically one of Legion's family members, talks to them, they called her trying to find out what all happened, what transpired. I think they called her, she called them, whatever, or reached out to her on Facebook, whatever it was. And come to find out, the girl says, "Oh, I know." This is what she's saying to Risa. Like, I know he, I know he lying. I just wanted to hear your side because he been lying since he was a kid. That's why we don't fool with him. Yikes. Girl, they ain't get that man no help knowing he was a liar all his damn life. They just kept, I guess passing him off, pushing him off, or whatever the case is. I guess that was really more so on his parents to give him the help that he needed. Don't nobody really want to fool with him. He owed people money. One of the brothers about him. One of the other brothers like, I ain't fucking with him. I don't know if this was the same brother or a different brother, or maybe it was the best friend saying, I don't fuck with him. They owe me some money. I ain't rocking with him. Okay. One of the brothers was like, he and his wife, I guess, are no longer together. He does have a daughter, and she said something about the little girl name being Egypt, I think. And he was like, Egypt, who the fuck is that? He was like, that ain't my goddamn, that ain't my goddamn daughter name. I ain't got no daughter name. She was like, you sure? Because I brought her gifts. I brought this and that, and I sent them to her, and I sent it over here to this state. And he was like, where? She tells him, he was like, my ex-wife and my daughter are not over there. That's not where they are. Girl, I'm just too outdone. Got this girl mailing shit to places that people don't even live at. So she talking about to this day, she still don't know who the hell she bought little girl shoes for. Ooh, girl, this man did a number on her, and I feel like she should sue his ass for emotional distress. I do. An infliction of pain or whatever you want to call it. I feel like she has grounds to sue this man because he was wilding. What else did she say? She talked to the she talked to the brothers, she talked to the cousins. I'm trying to see if there was anybody else that she may have talked to. I can't think of anybody else she may have talked to, but I know when she put him out at some point, I think they may have met up, and she filed for the divorce. I believe he signed it. When he signed it, basically he signed it to where everything that he left with is what he keeps, but she gets to keep the other half of it, basically. Like whatever he left at the house, she could have. She was talking about how she wanted to have a burn party, but then she changed her mind. I was like, yeah, don't do that, because if that man take you to court, ain't nothing like paying. From what I see on Judge Mathis, okay, ain't nothing like y'all folks being done wrong by a person and then have to pay them after they've mistreated you. So don't burn that man. Put it where it's supposed to be, put it out to the side, and whenever he ready to get it, because it ain't gonna serve you no purpose or whatever. So I'm glad she didn't like try to burn none of his stuff, because he definitely would have took her to court or whatever. What else happened? He tried to come back to the house because eventually he came back from up north or wherever he went. He came back down, still didn't have no place to stay. He was homeless. What else did she say? Oh, I don't think he was driving his car. I think his car got repoed or something like that. He wasn't driving because he hasn't been paying the car note or something. And at some point, when she finally got him out her house, she called the company and was like, I know y'all been looking for this particular car. Y'all can come pick it up. So I guess they came and picked that car up. But before that happened, right, he hit her up, calling her, telling her, you can't do this, you can't put me out the house, and yada yada yada, and whoop de whoop de whoop, and I have a right to be there, and whatever. And so when she called the police and talked to them, they said actually he's right, which I think is crazy as hell. If you see that a couple is trying to get a divorce, I don't think that they should be forced to live in the same house. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that's safe. If one person doesn't want to be in the marriage or whatever, and I mean, hell, his name wasn't on the house. It was her townhome or whatever. So I just feel like it's her property. Even if she did accept him in as a tenant, I feel like that's y'all way to try to come back, I guess, homelessness of some sort, even though y'all really ain't trying to do shit about it for real. But either way, I just feel like if she doesn't want him there and out of the safety for her, he shouldn't be there. Period. Like, let him go. So once they did research, so they told her that was right. So she was on pins and needles waiting for him to get there. Didn't know when he was going to arrive. She was really nervous, scared, whatever. So then once he finally no, she got a call from the captain, I think, and the captain told her like, hey, listen, I did research on him. I pulled him up in our system that we have running background check, and it looks like he may have some warrants or whatever the case is. So when he pulls up, don't do anything but call us. Once you call us, we're going to come out, we're going to arrest him, whatever the case was. And that's what happened. He ended up arriving to the house. I think she was getting ready to pull up. She saw him, she called the cops or whatever. She said she was in fear for her life or whatever. They came out, they arrested him. And at that point he started like crying or something like that and apologizing. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. She was telling him how much he's embarrassed her or whatever. And then he said, I just want to get my stuff, my TV or whatever. And she was like, you gave me that TV or whatever. So they was just not really arguing, but she was pretty much going off on him, and she said, you got about 5 cop cars out here in my house, you have embarrassed the fuck out of me, whatever, so you're done, like you gotta go. So they took his ass away, but they did not keep him. So the question came up about them keeping him, and they couldn't keep him because I believe the warrants or something had expired. Something had expired, so it wasn't like they could necessarily keep him. But she ended up moving out the house. So when he ended up getting out or whatever, she got her some movers, paid them extra, moved her out in a short amount of time, and she got the fuck on and moved to her new apartment or new townhome or wherever she's at. She went on by her business, and I don't think that she's heard from him ever since. So I think that was the entire breakdown. I didn't really, I kind of stopped taking some notes at some point, but I do want to see what this is about up here. Let me see if I can put it up here on the screen. Yeah, she would definitely need to get a restraining order, honey. For sure. Let me see what, because they're saying that this first response here is his response. And I don't know if this is officially his response, but I want to see what he says. Let me see something.
And we went to marriage counseling, didn't work, and we broke up. But my message to her is please stop lying to these people, and you can tell them the real reason I left you. You cheated. I caught you in the house with Bradley, and we went to marriage counseling, didn't work, and we broke up.
So I do remember her saying one of the family members called her and they was like, oh, he told us that y'all had broke up because you had cheated on him or whatever the case. And she's like, no, that's not it. But that's the lie that he had been telling folks. She also said that they went to marriage counseling. I do remember that. And when they were at the talking to the pastor and stuff, they both was looking, first of all, they was asking him to expose his funds, like let us, like she wanted to see his money, like let me see your offshore accounts, because at one point he did show her his accounts because he was trying to tell her, I want this marriage, I want to be with you, all this other bullshit, what I gotta do. She said, show me your accounts. He started showing her accounts. She saw 9,000 in one account and then a few other thousand in another, but bitch, that still wasn't enough to really tell you nothing. All they told you was that he had more money than you. But like, okay. But anywho, she wanted to see the offshore accounts. He wouldn't show her the offshore accounts because of course they never existed. So when they get into the counseling session, the pastor and stuff are, they're talking to him about it, and he goes on this whole Denzel Washington rant. Okay. And talking about how he ain't gonna expose this and that. He said something, I think she said his uncle told him to never, I guess, show a woman how much you got or what you're working with or whatever, which was lies because the uncle been dead for a minute, according to the brother. But anywho, as he's over here on this whole rant about why he feel like he shouldn't have to expose that or share that information or anything with her, the pastor and his wife looking crazy because they like, damn, I wish y'all would have came to us a long time ago because we would have told y'all to not get married in the beginning. But Miss Girl knew that. She knew that. She knew. She knew. Okay. Cue Lisa Ray. You knew. You knew. You knew. She knew that shit. But it was given, I'm so sick of being lonely. That's what it was given. Okay. And yeah, he definitely looks like a bald-headed lie. When you see that. What else did I want to play? I wanted to play. Let me see. Let me see if she pops up. Okay, okay. Is that her? Is that her? Okay, let me see. Hold on.
So,
all right. Yeah. Let me pause her. All right. So let me find, girl, this is sad. This is sad. And see, shout out to Tasha Mack over there on Facebook, girl. Because, girl, this right here is amazing because Tasha Mack has been on the case and she don't find all kind of shit on this man and his people, ain't it? Let me see, where is the post at? I was just on this post. Oh, there you go. Girl, this is crazy here. No, they didn't. So this is what she's showing, girl. This is what she's saying. This is what she said, Mr. Man is, honey. I just said she done blasted this man all over social media, honey. They go them wrestling belts that she had said. She said that man had them wrestling belts. I guess this is how he would leave the house with his work attire on, talking about he a VP child. That's how we was looking too. Like, girl, what? What else happened, bitch? He did that? Oh my, girl, we all had the same face. Oh, woo, straight out of Philly, honey. But we know that you ain't straight out of lies. I can tell you that. Because you keep them coming. Now, I do not think that those are the pee bottles, people. But not y'all talking about this is a. I rebuke that. Girl, not this is a particular club that this man is a part of. Oh no. So y'all trying to accuse this man of having a very horrible disease. And speaking of the disease, I hate to include her in this mess, but Hadia Broadbent, I think that's how you say her last name, passed away. I remember her from being on different TV shows when I was younger and couldn't believe that she was dealing with what she was dealing with, from the time that she was born. I think we were like close in age. I think she was like, a year older than me or whatnot. I was just so sad to hear about her passing the other day. Rest in peace to her. But, shout out to her at the same time because she definitely lived way longer than what the doctors were expecting for her to live. So I'm happy for that, for her. Let's see what else. But girl, this thing here, it's got real messy. So like, I have not listened to what the wife had to say, the ex-wife, because the ex-wife decided, girl, you're not gonna get a piece of this clout without me getting a piece of this clout. Now, ex-wife, let me tell you something, girl. Now, didn't you tell this girl to leave you out of her mess or whatever she got going on with Legion or whatnot? Didn't you tell her to leave you out of all of that? But then next thing you know, I guess you was so compelled after you saw how viral her story was going. I don't know if you wanted a piece of the viralness or if you were triggered that much to finally this man is being outed for who the hell he is. And I just want to come out and validate her story so people know that this girl is not lying. Either way, I guess we can appreciate it. Okay. So let's go ahead and get that back on the screen, child, so we can see what the hell Miss Girl had to say.
so I'm going to address the elephant in the room because it's been brought to my attention that my ex-husband is out here in these streets disturbing individuals as he always has, and I have been brought into this. Let me first say, this chapter of my life is closed. I have moved on. It's been more than 10 years. I'm over it. I'm done. I'm good. Okay? But after I say this, let's just leave it alone. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm not
ma'am. We're not gonna play with you, ma'am. Okay, now we gonna hear your story, but don't be over here acting like you was done when you really ain't done, because who called for you to come out anyway? That's one. Now let me know, because maybe somebody called for you, girl. And then two, you said you weren't gonna talk about this no more, but I have seen where you have had some sit downs and you have done interviews, or at least one. Okay, but I'm just letting you know, girl, don't be over here trying to. Okay, don't be. If you want to come out and say your piece, just say that. But don't be fronting like you tired of talking about it and you don't want to talk about it, girl. We ain't even hear from you till you came out and said something anyway. But anyway, girl, let me go ahead and. Ooh.
Not gonna address it anymore because I have nothing to do with this. This is my past life. The book is closed. Okay. So Legion, as y'all call him, is a despicable, nasty, and vile individual.
So hold on, which wife is this? Wasn't it a Latoya, and then it was the second? Okay, so Shantae is the one I think she saw in the. Bitch, I done got lost. Is Shantae the sister? But I know it was two wives because one wife was in the obituary. So is this the Latoya that was in the obituary? So who was the last wife that the girl talked to on the phone? I don't remember what her name was.
I fell for the trap over 10 years ago.
Oh, this the first one.
He was charming and I was broken.
Shantae the sister. Gotcha.
Okay.
This Latoya.
Understand, self-love was not here at all for me to actually love myself enough to understand that this is not love. He manipulated me. He loved bombed me. All of the, oh, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that and everything else. Yes, all of these things were said to me. Guess what? None of it happened. He's manipulative and he literally tried to ruin my life. He had family turn against me because he wanted to tell people lies about me and things of that nature. And unfortunately, he's very, very good at what he does. It took me many, many, many years to get past that. I have healed. And with this situation being brought back to me, it's like cutting me back open with a dagger because I was already healed up. The Band-Aid had been left. I've gotten married. I'm happy. Been good, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this man is a pathological liar. He gave up all types of promises, but to the cars and houses, just like Risa. But guess what? None of that ever came to pass, right? So I just need for people to know that this situation was traumatic
I believe it.
as hell for me.
Yeah.
And then I hear about, because I've not watched any of the videos, because for what? Like, it's not my business anymore. I feel bad for anybody that he comes into contact with. And I will tell any female that sees his picture, don't ever, just let it go. Because he needs some serious mental help and he needs to be evaluated and be locked away. So that's what I will say. And as far as like me not filing for divorce, I didn't file for divorce because I was afraid for my life. I didn't want to be served. In order for me to file, I would have to tell him where exactly I was. And I didn't want him to know that. So no, I absolutely was not filing because I was afraid at the time. But guess what? It was ended before it even really started but at the same token, I still was very, very, very not mentally, in love with myself. So that's one of the things that really got me. So I genuinely feel empathy for the women that have been down his path. When all this stuff was going on with him and I, there was no social media, TikTok or anything like that. But at the same token, I just wanted to heal through my processes. I didn't want to sit there and have to tell the whole world my business because I'm a very private person and I don't do drama. I will also say this. I did not hit Legion at all. I did not hit this man. He went to jail because he was impersonating a police officer, telling people that he was a detective of the police department in Atlanta, Georgia. And that is why he went to jail. Also for stalking one of the guards that were over where we lived at. That is why he went to jail. So he didn't go to jail because of we never went to court about me putting my hands on him. My son did, yes, interact with him. And my son, yes, he did put his hands on him because he threatened me for the last time. And enough was enough. As you go through life, you can either sit down and continue to take it, or you can get up and triumph and do what you need to do so that you can make your life better. And at that point, enough was enough for me. I was done. I was no longer going to be the victim because I'm not a victim. I'm not a doormat. You can't step on me. You can't do whatever you want to do to me and me take it. So I left. I will also say, I need people to understand this is my life we're talking about, right? So this situation is triggering, but it's triggering me because it needs to be said. But it's one of those things where I was okay with not saying it. I was good.
Mm-hmm.
After this conversation, after I'm done saying my piece, if anybody wants to actually, know how I healed from all of this, you're more than welcome to go, click into my link on my Ms. Missouri page on Facebook. And you're more than welcome to listen to my show tonight because my Health, My Mind and Body radio show is literally about healing. And my show tonight is about elevating your mental.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been elevating my mental for years. And I'm so fucking proud of myself. You know why? Because I've done a lot of work to get past all that shit that was going on in my past. So all that, Risa Tisa, I pray, honey, that you get the healing that you need, sweetie, because guess what? It took me time. And I pray that you get the healing that you need. And anybody else, Vivian or anybody else, I pray that you guys get the healing that you need. Because this situation is not easy. But I hope that you guys really get the healing that you need. So that way, you guys can move forward in your life, because it's possible to have a love of your life after all of this trauma. It is very possible. So with that being said, you guys, I really hope that, this will be on my end anyways. You guys can continue talking about it if you like, but I'm done, because I'm not a victim. I got out and I moved on. I am not attached to this man. Don't want to be attached to this man. He's out of my life, been out of my life all of these years, and don't want to have anything to do with him. So that's just that. If anybody wants to know how I triumphed through all of this, because I have to go into obviously more details, you guys can go ahead and go onto my show, and I'll go ahead and put the link on my Facebook, and I'll also put it here on TikTok for you guys to be able to see. Other than that, I'm signing off. This is your girl, Ms. Nazuri.
Ooh, child. Oh my. Okay, so now I'm hopping over here to this other page, child, trying to see what the hell going on, because it's just so many different pieces. And I want to see what else the response was. This all of his response?
And we went to marriage counseling, didn't work, and we broke up. But my message to her is, please stop lying to these people, and you can tell them the real reason I left you. You cheated. I caught you in the house with Bradley, and
This is
we
crazy.
went to marriage counseling, didn't work, and we broke up.
He just believing his lies,
But
y'all.
I'm gonna address the rumor Risa Tisa ex-wife who straight lying to y'all. It's it's sad because it's completely false of everything. More to the point, I haven't decided who I'm gonna talk to exactly or go on whose page or whatever. But I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know that she lied about everything. Follow her, don't follow her. That's up to you. All that stuff she said, it's complete lies.
You can't come out here and combat somebody and say that all the stuff she said is complete lies. Sir, one of the reasons we really got into what she was saying was because she was so damn detailed. So if you want to discredit what she said, you're gonna have to be just as detailed as her and go point by point, line by line, sir, and let us know exactly what it was that she was lying about. But anywho, let me go back, because there was more on this page. That I wanted to check out. So what is all of these different responses? Which one is part one? You know what? Let me see. I think I may just go to this one on Facebook. Let's see if they'll just play it, because I think she is like the part ones that are up.
So I have been seeing posts about Jerome McCoy. Jerome McCoy. Rome. Rome is, if y'all calling him Legion, that's what y'all calling him. But we was calling that nigga Rome. Rome is
roaming around
my
lying.
mother's ex-husband. Now, they've been separated for a while now.
Now see, hold on.
Gotta be over damn near 10 years. Gotta be shit since like 2015, 16, damn near that time, something like that. But he was just like everything that lady was telling y'all. And I haven't listened to all of her story, but from what I have listened to, she's 100% telling the truth. And I'm telling you, she's telling the truth.
Okay, thanks. Well,
my mother's name is Latoya, and she is the wife that was before the wife that the lady talked to and had the conversation with. When she was telling you guys about his mother's obituary, the wife, the name Latoya, that's my mother that she was referring to. He, I don't even know where to start, where to get into it, to be honest with y'all. I guess I'm keep posting vids as I can collect more information off my memory and get it to y'all so y'all can hear what's going on about this shit. But to let y'all know that I'm legit about this shit, before him and my mother split up, he got arrested for impersonating a police officer.
Mm-hmm.
It was in Jonesboro, Clayton County, Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh my.
He also got me arrested for putting my hands on him because he was threatening my mother. My name is Tayshawn Lopes. You can look me up. I'll probably be in. I got arrested in Clayton County. Clayco. Just to let y'all know I'm not bullshit.
Baby, how thick is the plot going to get? How thick is it?
What I know is all these people from Augusta. I couldn't really tell you too much of his childhood life, but like I said in the other video, he wasn't as popular as his twin. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he got the attention that he needed when he was a child. So I feel like a lot of that shit that he's doing now has a lot to do with that. You know what I mean? Like the dude I always had to, get in the middle of him and my mom. He was always trying to, use he's a big dude. Like this is a big dude. He's he gotta be like 6'3", 6'3", and he's, he got some weight on him. This is not a small man. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be uncomfortable as fuck, dog. It'd be uncomfortable, when it got like that. But, he didn't do no drugs and all the shit like that, but he was a dickhead, dog. And just how he talked and how he did everything, he was just a dickhead. And after a while, it got to the point where my mother was just like, well, we gon', because the motherfucker was a provider, so he made sure my mother was straight. So at that point, a lot of the shit she let go one ear and not the other. And, while she was trying to make her moves and get herself situated so she could do what she needed to do type shit. So we really laughed at that nigga a lot of the time, to be honest with you. We didn't take him serious because we knew everything. By the time we knew about him lying and shit like that, it's like, you get what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't no motherfucking like, oh my God, we scared of this dude. He gonna kill us. But like, he would get aggressive sometimes with my mom and I would have to step in. And, I really feel like if I wasn't there, I felt like he would have did, worse things to my mother. My mother doesn't talk to me about her issues and her problems, so he might have done things that I don't even know about. You get what I'm saying? When I wasn't around, or whatever the case may be, because she told me he's done got in his face. He's done got in her face. I done seen that. You know what I'm saying? And I think he done tried to put his hands on it and all this other type of shit. You know what I'm saying? When I wasn't around, so I'm happy when I was there, I was able to keep some type of peace. But he hated us. He hated my mother's kids. He did not like the fact that we got any type of attention from her. He hated that shit. He did not like it. He would literally throw bitch fits, and like I told y'all, he'd keep my mother up all night just complaining about anything. It was more of like just to hear that nigga, just to hear himself talk. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. He there's so much shit, like there's so much information, so much stuff, bro. And it's been a while too, so you know what I'm saying. He was a weird dude, man. And you would never really suspect it. Like he was so calculated with the shit. Before we knew anything. Before, when we were still in the dark about shit, he was calculated. Like the lady was telling y'all, she said that she was shocked that he put this much effort and thought into shit. And like I don't know what was going on in his head. That's what the fuck he liked to do. That's what he was into, and he would just say anything, man. And it got to a point, me and my friends, we would fucking sit there and laugh at this nigga, man, because it was like, bro, you a joke, bro. That shit was embarrassing. I felt so bad for my mother, man. It was crazy. And now he getting his karma for all that shit that he did to all them ladies and all them women. And my condolences goes out to the lady who spoke her piece and said something about this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that she said something because it needed to be said. Like, that shit is uncalled for a man to act that way. That don't make no damn sense. That I keep deleting the videos and stuff like that. I apologize. I don't be on TikTok, so I don't know how any of this shit works. The only reason why I'm on here is because I seen all this shit, and I seen it late because I seen she posted this shit like 5 days ago or something like that. But yeah, man, he's a weird dude. He's a weird guy. He told my mother he was like this big time producer. You know what I'm saying? It's actually funny as fuck. It's comical because what he did to us, I feel like isn't as severe as what he did to that lady. But then again, I couldn't tell you because, like I said, I haven't listened to her entire story. But he was on the top of time with the Lion and telling my mother he was a producer. He was going to do this and that. He had connections, all this shit. He played in the
That is so true because it didn't even sound right rolling off his damn tongue. Thank you for the super chat.
NFL, all this extra ass shit. He had a wife and a daughter, and they died in a car accident or some wild shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And later into their relationship and with me being there, I got there a little bit after they met, like a couple years after they met. I got there in 2011. And, when it dawned on me, he was telling, my mom all this stuff, and it dawned on me that this man was working in North Augusta, South Carolina, at a Christian TV station. What? You know what I'm saying? Doing like the electrical and all the shit in the background. It just didn't add up to me, but I'm not really paying no mind to it. I'm still fucking young. I'm still in high school and shit like that. So, but more down the line, my mother started talking to his mom, before she passed. rest her soul, and rest his father's soul, before they passed. And they was telling her basically the truth. You know what I'm saying? That man is from Augusta, Georgia. His family's from Augusta, Georgia. And the life that he be trying to portray is a life that's better than his twin brothers. The brother that he's trying to portray as is his twin. His brother always did better than him in life. And I guess there was favoritism, you know what I'm saying, towards him. So he's always trying to be like his brother. And I feel like that's where a lot of the lies come from. You know what I'm saying? He was just very manipulative, like just the shit that he would do to my mom and how he would just treat my mother. And like my mom couldn't get no sleep. Like she'd be up all night because he wouldn't let her go to bed because he's just talking her head off.
Oh, wow.
Talking. Won't let her rest.
That's
she
what
had
that girl
shit like that. You know what I'm saying? My mom don't really, she don't really want to talk too much about the situation. She's going to talk a little bit of it tomorrow on her radio show. But she don't really want to get too deep into it. And I don't really know too much about what they had going on either. I just know about what I seen, you know what I'm saying? And the type of time that he was on, he had issues, bro. He had problems. And like he would get upset if my mother showed, her children affection and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And he would just lie about unnecessary things. It got to the point where it became comedic. Like it became comedy because we knew he was just full of shit, you know what I'm saying? But the only problem that I had with him was how he would talk to my mother and threaten her because he was bigger than her and shit like that. And that's how me and him ended up knuckling up, and he ended up calling the police on me. I got locked up because of this dude, man. I got my record fucked up because of this nigga. Because he want to talk crazy and think ain't nobody about it, like there ain't no repercussions to it. You get what I'm saying? Like the dude is fucking weird, man. He was impersonating a fucking officer. You know what I'm saying? In the apartment complex that we were staying in Jonesboro. I can't remember the fucking name of the apartment complex. But yeah, my nigga, he was out there and acting like he was like security or like, police or something like that out there, showing people his father's badge. I don't know what his father did. I don't know if his father was a police officer or correctional officer or whatever, but he was showing people his father's badge and saying this is what he doing this and that. And he ended up getting fucking arrested with his dumb ass for impersonating an officer. Nigga did 8 months to a year or some shit like that, And my mom got the fuck out of here. I added her, and I'm happy that she did. Shit. But that lady is telling the truth. She is not lying. Like whatever that dude try to rebuttal and come with, he's full of shit. Do not believe shit that come out his mouth.
And there's that. Oh, baby. I think it's one more part. And listen, one thing about the kids gonna know. They gonna know when your man is or your girl is full of shit. And they're gonna be trying to give y'all warnings and stuff like that. But you know how the people do. Thank you so much, Miss Will I Am, for the super chat. Now, why Legion always killing people off? That's the thing for me. That's the thing for why you always killing folks and then killing the kids too. What is going on, sir? Always. Somebody always gotta die in his damn story. Ooh, child.
Okay. So I see people asking about him talking on the phone. And yes, he would do that. He did that a lot, actually. He'd be pretending like we never knew if he was talking to somebody for real or if he was just fucking talking to himself. Like he would literally have, like, bro, if you would go up, grab his phone and motherfucking, try to look at it, it wouldn't be no one on the phone. It'd be just like the fucking main screen. Like this dude was really on that weird type of time. That's the type of shit that he was doing. Like no bullshit. And for the people who are saying like proof, all you gotta do is look up what I said about him getting locked up and me getting locked up in Clayton County. All you gotta do is look it up. The receipts are right there. Like I have no reason to lie about this. I'm actually surprised it took this long for someone to say something. I know why my mother didn't say anything, and that's because she was trying to forget about this shit. She wasn't really trying to think about it. I don't even know half the things he did to her because she keeps things from me because she knows how I am about her. You get what I'm saying? So, but I'm just telling you what I do know. And that lady ain't got no reason to lie. That lady was too detailed. That lady is telling the truth. I know this man. I have slept under the same roof as this dude, bro. And I'm so happy my mother got out when she did and when she stopped dealing with him because it was hell. It was hell. Shit. If y'all want, like I could even tell you, like I'll break it down to how I got arrested. Shit. We was going to pick up my son. We was going to Augusta to pick him up. They argued the whole way there and the whole way back. Now my son I'm in the back seat. They both in the front seat. We about damn near, we in motherfucking Atlanta. Like we about to pull into the apartment complex. It got to the point where I got tired of it because he was saying shit to her like he was going to hit her and do this and put his hands on her. And so when we got out the car, I told that man, you ain't about to put your hands on my mother. I'm tired of you threatening her. So we squared up. I hit that man one time. I hit him as hard as I could. I hit him in his face. And he was bleeding. He was leaking. And he didn't even put his hands on me. He just proceeded to call the police on me. And he got me locked up. You can look this shit up. Look my name up. Tayshawn Lopes. I got locked up in Clayton County. I can't remember what year it was, 2014, 2015. I can't remember what year, but I had got locked up for family assault or battery or some shit like that. You can look it up. I'm telling you, like I thank God that the case was dismissed. But what if it wasn't? You get what I'm saying? The dumbass had to fucking get the bail money to get me out. Like you put me in fucking.
Didn't you just say your record was messed up because you didn't put hands on this man? But then the case get dismissed. So how was your record messed up? Because see, now you're bringing about more questions to this crazy ass scenario. It ain't no scenario, but it's a real life situation. You bringing in more questions.
Jail, and then you had to pay money to get me out. He was fucking stupid. He's a dumbass.
Oh, child. Okay, let's see. Now, I did see on Miss Tasha's page where she said the son was not lying. Okay. I thought she posted something somewhere on her page where she said that he wasn't lying. I'm just over here trying to see if I still see it in the comments. What exclusive Legion's ex-girlfriend Tabia has entered the chat and will share her short-term experience with a pathological liar. Oh, great. So many moving parts and moving people in this damn story. Jesus. But let me see real quick if I can find that document that she had on her page showing that this boy was not lying about that story. If I can't find it, then it is what it is. But she definitely posted something showing proof that he was arrested. Okay, that's too many other photos. All right, let's go back to the post. I want to hear what this lady finna say though. Because girl, what? Girl, not you coming on here yawning in our face. Oh, girl, this an hour long. I'm gonna have to get into that on a separate time. I'll get into a few minutes. We'll listen to a few
hope my
minutes.
service ain't bad.
A few minutes. Speed it up.
Is this order? Okay, y'all, if y'all join it in my survey, I'm sorry. I apologize. Hopefully, I'll be able to hear her. Hopefully, we'll be able to get these questions out. It's sad that inside the building, my service is horrible. Y'all need y'all to come up in the comments. I need y'all to come in the comments. I need y'all to let me know how my service is. I need y'all to let me know something. If y'all come in already, I don't see it yet. I'm going to let you know. Where y'all going? I'm sorry, y'all. My service is so bad. I apologize about that.
Get to the story.
Oh, she funny as fuck. I know about them. I know about all girlfriends. I talked to a lot of girlfriends before I even went up there. I talked to other wives too. Like, I talked to other people. And they reached out to me because of my post, my Facebook post. They reached out to me. I never ever reached out to nobody first. But I did reach out to Dia, the one joining. I reached out to her and told her, I just gave her some encouraging words. And she ended up coming back to me and saying she wants to share her story with me first. So I know her story already.
So this is what you okay.
And like, just to let y'all know, it's not as long as thank you, cousin. But it's not as long as Reese's, because she was only here for 8 months, but it's so similar. And by the way, I'm gonna let y'all know this too. She did not watch all of Reese's stuff. She only watched 12 episodes. She was like, it was so entertaining to her because it was triggering and entertaining. Like, it was bittersweet. It was bittersweet because she hates somebody had to go through that too. But she also just said, we already know about Vivian. I'm gonna bring Vivian up in a little bit. Well, not on the live, but I'm taking my time because I don't want to get too deep in this unless they want me to. Like, they when they come to me, I'm like, okay, I'm opening that door for you. You want to share with me? Because I'm not biased at all. I ain't biased. I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? But
I'm gonna pause her, but I'm gonna get into this. I'm gonna pause that and then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna watch that. Y'all, if she talking too fast, it's because I sped it up because the video is long. It's like an hour and a half. So y'all are welcome to go over to Tasha Mack's page on Facebook and definitely check out what she has to say about this situation, because it looks like she's met with another one of his ex-girlfriends that was ready to talk and share her story. So I'm gonna go listen to that on my own time and see what else she got to say. And if there's anything else, I'll definitely bring it to the front and we'll definitely chat about it. Okay. Before I go though, let me see what you guys comments are saying over here. Let me see what you guys are saying. Let's see. She not talking fast, y'all. For the people that was like, oh, she's talking too fast. Okay. Y'all probably are a little behind in the live, but she's talking normal how I'm talking. I just sped it up. So shout out. I'm so glad they created those ways where you can speed shit up now to get through it faster. I appreciate that. But yeah, I want to know about this Vivian, because the girl Tasha Mack said that she's gonna get into the Tabia situation and the Vivian, and I want to know who the hell is Vivian. Okay, because Latoya just mentioned Vivian out of nowhere, and I'm like, dang, what lineup is she in? Where does she fall in the line? But yeah, y'all, let me see. Let me scroll up and see what y'all was saying. Somebody says her son sounds like a stand-up man. I hate to hear he got a record defending his mom. Somebody set up the whole fund me. Not the whole fund me. Well, he did say that he got his record messed up, but then at the same time, he turned around and said that the case was dismissed. So I'm like, is your record really messed up? Or did you do something else? Now, I mean, I'm sure he would make you do something else because the man was just crazy. Okay. If you want to sit up there and act like he could disrespect your mama on more than one occasion, child, that is crazy. Ooh, girl, I'm so glad this man is being outed. Somebody said, I feel like this is nothing to laugh at. I saw a story where this lady's husband unalived his wife, kids, and the kids they shared. The stuff is crazy. The stuff is scary. Thank you so much for your comment, Kayla. I actually mentioned that earlier in the live. I'm not sure if you were here from the beginning or not. Let's see what else before I hop off. Oh, he used his middle name pretending to be his assistant. Next to his name, it said Jerome David. Baby, listen, he is on blast. Listen, I can imagine how many other people are, or how many other women and maybe men are going to come forward with their stories now, telling they tea about what they've experienced. Okay. Ooh, child. Yeah, and he has the nerve to be a twin, as if he had control over that. Somebody said you wouldn't be able to pay me to come forward if I was a Legion. I would have let this just cook and not admit to nothing at all. Well, listen, he had no choice because he ended up being exposed by another creator. Some girl decided to take it upon herself and do all this research. And when she did, she exposed his identity. And once it was out there, now granted, I'm with you, he still could have let it been whatever it was and not say anything. He could have chose to not say anything, but as the lady said, he talked, and the son, he talked so fucking much that it's right on his brand to come on out and talk SHI. He gets a high off of manipulating people, lying to people, and all of that, and giving them this whole facade. So if he could do it to them, he probably feel like he could do it to the whole America. So it's nothing for him to come out and, you know, share his piece. It's definitely on brand for him. Thank you, KC, for the super chat. I just know Legion used to kill bugs and animals as a kid. Thank you so much for the super chat. Not bugs and animals. Child. I ain't gonna lie, the part where nobody wanted to F him. Oh, F with him was wild. Yeah, everybody that the girl called was like, I don't fuck with him. I appreciate if you don't talk to me, call me about him. I don't want to have anything to do with him or whatever. But she did talk to the brother though, and she talked to the cousin, I believe it was. But don't nobody fuck with him, just like you said. Like that's wild. That's wild. Somebody says, yes, I'm waiting for the realtors or someone from the car dealership to show face, especially the dealer. I want that, because then I want the realtor with the cash offer. That one, I want that one to come forward. And then I think that was Scott, because it's so ironic that you were working with a realtor named Scott, but then turned around and said that you have a close friend named Scott and y'all gonna go look at houses and stuff like that. So he was over there having her thinking that they was over there looking at houses because he was getting home later than normal. But girl, he really was over there salon to Peach's house is what it was really giving. Child, listen, this is crazy. But that's all that I got at this time. I thank you all so much for watching. Definitely like up the video, support the channel, subscribe to the channel. All right, I'm about to go ahead and hop up off this thing. And yeah, I'm JamiThatsMe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. But I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. But drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but you run no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. When I catch my bad one.